Hello everyone. Welcome to my YNR 24 spoilers. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Victoria's flight to Los Angeles and Claire's disturbing discovery. According to previews for The Young and the Restless, Victoria Newman will take a plane to Los Angeles and make a startling discovery. Claire Newman, of course, will find this disturbing as well. What will occur to cause a major upheaval in Los Angeles? A few important players are in Los Angeles. More drama is undoubtedly on the horizon for YNR, as some of its major actors are currently in Los Angeles. After an accident, Noah Newman is currently wearing bandages and using a ventilator. However, Mariah Copeland requested that her mother visit her in Boston. Nick and Sharon Newman are also present. Claire will pay Sharon a visit at the hospital to see how she's doing and to offer her support. After determining that Nick would also benefit from assistance, Victoria will book a journey to Los Angeles. Victoria checks on Kyle since she is concerned about him. But Victoria will travel to see how her daughter is doing because she is becoming increasingly worried about Claire. The journey of Claire Newman has grown concerning. In addition to the people Claire is spending time with, Victoria is worried about how much time she spends in Los Angeles. Given how much time Holden Novak spends with her daughter, Victoria is undoubtedly worried. Particularly after speaking with Nate Hastings and Kyle Abbott, Victoria has lost faith in Holden. Victoria may interrupt a romantic moment in Claire's room as she prepares to interrupt their fun. Sienna Bacall, who seems to be troublesome, is obviously connected to Holden. Victoria will not allow Claire to become involved in any of this. That does not imply, however, that Claire will pay attention to her mother. Claire Newman has received support from Holden Novak. When Claire's father passed away, Holden was the one who consoled her. For this, Claire is extremely dependent on him, and she will not simply abandon him. With Kyle present as well, Claire might want to intensify the situation a bit, particularly after Kyle expressed his viewpoint. Would Claire be forced into Holden's bed as a result? It's possible that Victoria will become quite agitated if she witnesses Claire and Holden going beyond friendship. Will Holden and Claire's little fantasy trip to Los Angeles be ruined by Victoria? May someone connected to the accident make Claire a victim? Or may Sienna pursue Claire if she finds out something she shouldn't regarding Noah's accident? The Noah mystery storyline has some startling turns, according to Sharon Case. According to spoilers and updates for The Young and the Restless, Sharon Case just disclosed some exciting twists and turns. Let's explore what will happen next in the fascinating Noah Newman mystery and the unexpected turns that lie ahead. Sharon discussed the trip to Los Angeles. Case expressed her excitement at the show's decision to move the action to Los Angeles and bring in new sets and cast members in a recent interview with SOD. Case promised fans that there will be some surprising revelations that will sustain the enthusiasm for a long time, even though she was unwilling to divulge too many specifics. This is going to be a big plot point. Once it starts, it won't slow down. We have a lot in store for everyone. The plot simply keeps developing, and it has some amazing turns and twists, Case teased. YNR, of course, decided to recast Noah for this specific plot, and Sharon Case also offered her opinions. Sharon discussed Noah's recast. During the audition process for the role, Case and Joshua Morrow each shared their perspectives. Case and Morrow finally selected Lucas Adams for the role of Noah after screening a number of potential actors. Adams' performance was commended by Case, who also expressed her unwavering support for her new TV son, who is set to debut on November 4th. Even though it was hard to say goodbye to Rory Gibson's portrayal of Noah, Case said that everything worked out nicely and that he's killing it as Michael on GH. In the meantime, Sharon Case seems eager for everyone to see his on-screen debut and his character's coma waking, and Lucas Adams has been filming some amazing moments. Will they get back together? Since their stay in Nice, there have been signs that Nick and Sharon's romantic affections have returned. Although it's too soon to say whether Sharon and Nick will be married again, Case said that it's wonderful to revisit that connection and incorporate it into the poignant story they are telling. After all, the program is getting ready for some serious drama, so things will only get more exciting from here on out. According to previews for The Young and the Restless, Sharon and Nick will continue to be preoccupied with Noah-related matters in Los Angeles. Watch this space for updates on any unexpected discoveries they make. 1. The scene is set. Chaos beneath Los Angeles' glamour. Emotional upheavals and intertwining storylines have always been a staple of The Young and the Restless busy universe. However, the drama has reached new heights due to the present events between Los Angeles and Genoa City. Beyond merely moving, the choice to bring Victoria Newman to Los Angeles portends a deep emotional upheaval for her and others she cares about. The focal point of the mayhem is Claire Newman, a young lady whose tenuous hold on stability is once more put to the strain by love, devotion, and the legacy of her family. Her friendship with Holden Novak has swiftly become a source of both anxiety and affection. After her father passed away, Claire's emotional healing was greatly aided by the charismatic yet mysterious Holden. However, as any Newman is aware, danger and healing frequently coexist in a misleading balance. Meanwhile, the whole family is devastated by a terrible accident that involves Noah Newman. Given Noah's severe health, Victoria's journey to Los Angeles becomes into an emotional struggle with the past, present, and uncertain future in addition to being a rescue mission. 2. The journey of Victoria Newman into the heart of chaos. Strong, perceptive, and frequently motivated by a mother's intense need to defend her children, Victoria Newman has always been a formidable presence. Her instinctive fear that something is seriously amiss is what drives her to take the plane to Los Angeles. Victoria's attention shifts to her daughter Claire, whose mental state and recent affiliations raise every possible red flag, while Nick and Sharon are consumed with Noah's medical issue. Claire's tenuous rehabilitation is threatened by Holden Novak's presence. The man who used to be a source of comfort is now a mystery, a potential manipulator, or even a menace. Talking with Nate Hastings and Kyle Abbott, who both share her uneasiness, helps Victoria hone her intuition. Holden's web is getting tighter, and rumors about a woman with a troubled background named Sana Bacall only make Victoria's worries worse. As a result, her journey to Los Angeles is more than just a vacation. It's a confrontation with love, lying, and the boundaries of parental authority. 3. Claire's vulnerable path, from defiance to grief. Los Angeles is a place of both escape and rebirth for Claire. She has been yearning to find a firm foundation since the trauma of her father's passing and her protracted quest for atonement after Jordan's manipulations. That's exactly what Holden Novak provided for her: empathy, company, and a feeling of recognition. However, what she believes to be salvation could perhaps be just another ruse. Despite her love, Victoria's protectiveness feels confining to Claire. Claire interprets her mother's worry as condemnation, and she becomes attracted to Holden when he shows up with charm and compassion. Claire is looking for freedom, love, and a sense of belonging, but she might be doomed because of this emotional dependence. The mother-daughter conflict is reaching a breaking point. Claire sees promise, but Victoria sees danger. The story's difficult examination of trust, control, and the lingering effects of familial legacy is contained within this emotional chasm. 4. Is Holden Novak a scammer or a savior? Holden's ambiguity is what makes him so appealing. He entered Claire's life at a very vulnerable moment and provided her with the comfort she needed without passing judgment. But there is something worse hidden behind his kindness. Holden's relationship with Sienna Bacall, a lady involved in questionable activities, raises the possibility of hidden agendas. Layers of dishonesty are about to be exposed in Victoria's upcoming confrontation with Holden. Holden may have been using Claire either for emotional gain, to get access to Newman Enterprises, or as a result of Sienna's manipulation. Holden is more than just a villain, though. He is one of the most erratic characters in the developing drama because his sincere love for Claire muddies his allegiances. The consequences will be devastating when Victoria breaks into Claire's apartment in Los Angeles and finds an intimate moment between the two. Anger and heartache are sparked by the thought of her daughter entangled with a man she doesn't trust. However, the ramifications can go far beyond a mother's disapproval. They might be the beginning of a perilous entanglement that could endanger them all. 5. The Sienna Bacall Shadow. In any soap opera universe, Sienna Bacall's name is significant. She is the quintessential disruptor, someone who lives in disorder and takes advantage of emotional rifts for personal benefit, and is well known for her cunning, charm, and ambition. She is right in Victoria's crosshairs because of her relationship with Holden. If Victoria's concerns turn out to be accurate, Sienna's involvement might go beyond simple emotional meddling. According to the plot, Sienna might have something to do with Noah's accident, possibly as a part of a bigger plot involving Newman's economic interests or personal grudges. Because of Holden, Claire is close to Sienna, which could put her in danger. Sienna may have planned the exact event that led them to Los Angeles, using their emotional weaknesses as leverage. 6. The Mystery of Noah Newman, a family in crisis. The rest of the family is engulfed in another dilemma, while Victoria fights her own anxieties for Claire. Nick and Sharon are in emotional distress as a result of Noah Newman's accident, which left him bandaged and on a ventilator. Sharon, who has always been the family's spiritual leader, struggles with hopelessness. The Newman clan's interdependence is shown by her calls to Mariah from Boston and her subsequent journey to Los Angeles. Sharon becomes a quiet witness to the family's disintegration while she cares for Noah. Her empathy for Claire shows that she has a mother instinct that goes beyond her own ancestry, which Victoria both respects and dislikes. Meanwhile, Noah's illness turns into a mystery in itself. Was there foul play involved, or was it just an accident? According to Sharon Case's interview, there will be exciting twists and turns in the story, implying that Noah's tragedy might be connected to a covert plot that involves Holden or Sienna. The stakes are significantly raised by the chance that Claire will discover proof connecting Noah's accident to Sienna. Her curiosity can turn her from a harmless bystander into a target. 7. Sharon Case and Noah's recasting a watershed. Behind the scenes, the storyline has been revitalized by the choice to replace Noah Newman with Lucas Adams. A significant storyline shift for the young and the restless is indicated by Sharon Case's excitement for the Los Angeles arc. The authors are fusing family strife with a new setting of opulence, secrecy, and cinematic intrigue by setting a portion of the action in Los Angeles. Case's comments regarding the twists and turns serve as further evidence that this plot is a major theme that will affect several characters for months to come rather than just a quick digression. When Noah emerges from his coma, it will probably reveal facts that dispel delusions and reveal treachery, rather than just being a physical recovery. The choice to include actors like Case herself and Joshua Morrow, Nick, in the Adams audition process emphasizes the emotional coherence the creators aim to maintain. More than just a casting decision, Noah's new look signifies the revival of the Newman family dynamic in a time of moral complexity. 8. Undercurrents of emotion. The reemergence of the shared trauma in Los Angeles and Noah's accident also rekindle Sharon and Nick's emotional connection. The prospect of a reunion, Sharon and Nick rekindling their love, evokes nostalgia and anticipation for longtime fans. Case's remarks that it was wonderful to revisit that connection imply that the authors are gradually reestablishing their closeness by understanding and shared grief. They may reunite away from the cacophony of Genoa City thanks to the LA catastrophe. The emotional depth they unearth will change the course of their family's life, whether or not it results in remarriage. Observing from the outside, Victoria can feel both satisfaction that her brother is finding comfort and jealousy as she acknowledges her own shortcomings as a mother with Claire. 9. Core themes: redemption, love, and control. Secrets and sexual relationships are not the main themes of Victoria's LA flight and Claire's unsettling discovery. It is a meditation on the dual nature of love, its capacity for both healing and harm. Victoria's journey is an example of control. Her overprotectiveness stems from her love for Claire. Claire's tale exemplifies defiance, her will to escape, even at the expense of her safety. Nick and Sharon stand for redemption, the unwavering belief that suffering can bring love back to life. Every decision has moral significance, and these intertwined arcs create a mosaic of emotional conflict. These relationships are heightened by the LA environment, which contrasts illusion with reality, glamour, and trauma. 10. Premonition, the silence before the storm. A number of significant foreshadowing threads surface as the plot develops. Noah's awakening. It's probable that his recuperation will lead to disclosures that upend established alliances. He might recall specifics about his mishap that point to Sienna or Holden. Claire's finding. Because of her emotional attachment to Holden, she might learn secrets or come across information that puts her in danger. Victoria's predicament. Her efforts to shield Claire can backfire, bringing her daughter closer to the threat she's attempting to avert. Sienna's manipulation. By portraying Holden as innocent and using Victoria's parental guilt against her, Sienna could manipulate events behind the scenes. Reunion. In contrast to Victoria's increasing loneliness, Sharon and Nick's reunion may act as an emotional stabilizing force during a tragedy. 11. The mental environment, a family at risk. Though they have endured many hardships, the current circumstance pushes the Newman family's emotional boundaries. Nick's guilt, Sharon's quiet strength, Claire's brittle independence, and Victoria's perfectionism all clash in a whirlpool of unsaid anxieties. Claire's psychology is especially important. She longs for independence after surviving Jordan's manipulation. Yet, she is drawn to strong personalities like Holden. The Newman legacy of power entwined with fragility is shown in this cyclical dependence, which is a reflection of generational trauma. Unable to distinguish between control and mother love, Victoria runs the risk of making the same mistakes that earlier alienated her own kids. In addition to exposing outside dangers, her encounter with Holden might make her face her inner demons, losing control, losing Claire, and eventually losing herself. 12. Using symbols and visual narration. Rich symbolism is made possible by the LA storyline's cinematic setting. Airplanes and travel. Victoria's flight to Los Angeles represents the desire to overcome emotional distance while entering uncharted airspace, as well as the desire to flee and confront. Hospitals, both literally and figuratively, Noah's situation symbolizes suspended life. The episodes in the hospital recur with themes of revelation and rebirth. Mirrors and windows. Reflections and translucent surfaces in Claire's LA abode could represent duality, or what is visible and what is concealed. The Pacific Ocean. The character's emotional turmoil is reflected in the ocean's vastness, unpredictability, and untamability. The storyline is elevated from straightforward melodrama to a multi-layered examination of human frailty by these visual motifs. 13. Holden and Claire. A passion at a risky intersection. The intensity of forbidden love is evident in Claire and Holden's chemistry. Their bond, which is based on empathy and grief, makes it difficult to distinguish between dependency and healing. Claire sees Holden as a rescuer, whereas Holden sees Claire as a symbol of atonement. Passion is dangerous, though, as is the case with many Y&R couples. One of the show's pivotal moments, a visceral outburst of emotion and moral reflection, may be Victoria's possible discovery of them in a private moment. It's not just about physical betrayal. It's also about ideas colliding, freedom versus fear, love versus protection. This could be the first step toward Claire's next betrayal if Holden's intentions are corrupt. If sincere, it might put Victoria's ability to forgive to the test. In either case, families and alliances will be affected emotionally. 14. The wider consequences for the universe of Y&R. The young and the restless world gains new vitality as a result of the move to Los Angeles. The authors broaden the show's emotional geography by incorporating new characters like Holden and Sienna into the Newman narrative. Additionally, the plot permits crossovers with The Bold and the Beautiful, another Los Angeles-based CBS series, creating opportunities for shared characters, collaborative settings, or even commercial competitions between Forrester Creations and Newman Enterprises. This growth, which combines traditional storytelling with contemporary interest, heralds a creative rebirth. 15. The dangerous imminence, hidden factors. Victoria may find shocking information about Holden's involvement in corporate espionage, blackmail, or even Sienna's criminal network when she investigates his past more. Claire, meanwhile, seems to detect something is wrong based on her increasing uneasiness. She might be put in danger if she is discovered, possibly by a phone call, document, or overheard conversation. As Claire takes on the roles of both investigator and target, the tone of the writing changes from emotional drama to psychological thriller. Claire's life could be in jeopardy if someone connected to Noah's accident believes she knows too much, which would force Victoria, Holden, and even Sharon to band together against a shared foe. 16. When truths collide, the emotional climax. This arc's emotional climax will be formed by the narrative's eventual convergence. Victoria facing Holden, Noah waking, and Sienna being exposed. Victoria and Holden's interaction will probably veer between heartbreak and accusations. Claire's response, conflicted between fear and loyalty, will put her independence and maturity to the test. Nick and Sharon's disclosure regarding Noah's tragedy might be the final piece needed to tie all the subplots together into a cohesive mystery. This finale will provide a thematic response to the main query: can love endure truth? 17. Aftermath, restoration, or destruction. Every character will have to deal with the fallout once the truth is out. It could be necessary for Victoria to mend her broken connection with Claire by owning up to her mistakes while preserving her boundaries. Scarred yet resilient, Claire might become a more self-aware person, at last, unencumbered by emotional manipulation. Holden's actual character will determine his destiny. If he is innocent, he might end up as a sad victim of Victoria's mistrust. If he is guilty, he might receive justice or be saved. After the Noah plot is settled, the family will return to Genoa City, which has been permanently altered by their stay in Los Angeles. 18. The legacy of the love and pain cycles. In the end, cyclical storytelling, in which successive generations replicate, question, or surpass the patterns of the previous one, is what makes The Young and the Restless so successful. Victoria's battle to keep Claire safe is similar to Nikki's earlier attempts to keep her own kids safe. Sharon's unwavering optimism reflects the Newman clan's tenacity. Additionally, Claire's decisions mirror the timeless Newman struggle between self-destruction and love. They rediscover who they are, flawed, passionate, and eternally restless, in the bright but perilous environment of Los Angeles. 19. The future. Undiscovered threads. As the plot develops, viewers can anticipate Noah's memories returning. Startling connections will emerge from his disjointed memories. Claire's moral retrospection. Her destiny will be determined by her decision between devotion and truth. Sienna's demise. Her schemes could have disastrous results. Victoria's redemption. Her greatest struggle will be to regain Claire's trust. Revival. Love reborn could bring Sharon and Nick peace at last. Every thread leads to catharsis, demonstrating that even the darkest secrets in the world of YNR eventually come to light. 20. Conclusion. The Young and the Restless have restless hearts. More than just a list of spoilers, Victoria's LA flight and Claire's unsettling discovery is a complex, developing story about family, trust, and the need for redemption in human nature. Los Angeles serves as both a setting and a metaphor, a voyage into unknown emotional territory where truth is revealed, love is put to the test, and every choice has consequences. The plot won't slow down as Sharon Case had promised. With its entwined loops of romance, intrigue, and treachery, this drama perfectly encapsulates the core idea of The Young and the Restless, that no matter how far you fly, from Genoa City to Los Angeles, the past always manages to follow you.